Oh, I didn't know we were recording.
Are we recording?
Yeah, it's totally recording.
I mean, like, how about you're like, I don't know, 5, 4.
Welcome to the Designated Drinkers Podcast. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
So you can shut the fuck up, you punk ass bitch! Eat chalupas!
Do something, goddamn. He's just like, hits fucking play. Hey, he's like, bring it up. Well, if I fucking knew we were recording, I'd have brought it up already.
I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Hey guys, welcome to the Designated Drinkers Podcast. My name is Carlo.
Tom?
Joe?
Angelo.
And thank you for joining us. In today's episode, we're probably going to talk about bullshit, just like we do every single time. Yeah, we literally don't have a schedule when it comes to the things we talk about. This is, by the way, your bonus episode for the year since we fucked up and lost one. And by we, I mean I.
So I have a question. Did you guys hear about that the guy from Google who got fired?
Yeah.
I haven't,
No.
I saw somebody posted it, but I know nothing about this.
And
Hit me with the knowledge.
we'll be talking about it on our next, probably, on one of the episodes about it. But if you've listened to it, you're probably going to hear some of the things we talk about because this might come out later. But anyways, with that, so this guy sent out a memo, right? And Google encourages their employees to, to do that, to speak freely. I mean, his free thoughts were really biased, and I both understand where he's coming from and at the same time do not agree with him.
But here's one thing that I want to say about it.
Did you watch that video?
I heard that before you shared the video. So one of the things that I want to say about it is it's biased to his point of view, but at the same point, they're biased because they fired him for speaking his mind.
No, okay, so go ahead.
Can I get a snapshot?
Okay, so
Because
basically,
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So.
Right, so that's what I was going to get into.
basically what this guy from Google said is that the reason why there aren't a lot of women in the IT industry is, what was it? Because they don't.
Because there is a genetic issue when it comes to that. Like, it's biological. Some of the things that they do, biologically, women are more sensitive. They're more keen to working with people's emotions and blah blah blah. It was really biased.
But at the same point,
There's a great
most
15-minute
women are more sensitive than men. I'm not trying to sound like a sexist asshole.
Well,
I mean, you do. You sound like a sexist
whatever,
asshole.
that's fine.
yeah, but see, my problem is not with what he said. It's the bullshit that he used to validate it.
Right.
What is the biological basis for your argument? And fucking there is none.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't have any proof, right? He didn't
He was just BSing it a lot of it was 10 pages, dude. It's a 10-page
pages?
memo.
Well, no. Here, I have a question for you. Since we're talking about the biological aspect of it, do you personally, and I don't want to get too deep into the subject, but do you personally believe that a man can ever become a woman?
Oh my God, why do you have to go there?
I just want to know his point of view on it because he's into all that stuff. That's the only reason why I'm asking.
Scientifically, I guess.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because it's
there are
chromosomes.
2 genders. Male
And female.
and female. In our species.
Yeah.
Right? That is not to say in every species that's the way it is, A. And B, there's not to say that there are not things that are, that can, like Turner syndrome, right? You're XXY. So you have 3 chromosomes. So you're technically female and male. It depends what you are physiologically.
Yeah, and I understand that in an aspect, but what I'm talking about is, do you believe if somebody goes and has surgery, now they're a woman?
Biologically.
I understand that they think that they're a woman, and I respect that. I get that. That's their choice, whatever. But the thing that irritates me, a lot of what I've been hearing lately is the kids that think that they're the opposite sex now, that the parents are supporting it, and they're actually kind of pushing them towards getting the surgery. And, you know, they might change their mind at the age of 17, and it's kind of like one of those things like, why are you going to encourage, like, I'm not saying discourage it, but don't encourage them to go get surgery.
I know what you mean though, Tom. A lot of people are getting like, they're becoming a lot more gung ho about specific things like that. Like
they're getting happy with it.
Yeah, and it's fine if you're gonna be like, I accept your choice, but it's another thing to go like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk to this doctor, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like give them time to grow into what they want to do.
So the one thing I did learn, and this you all might disagree with me, but so I took a couple classes. I've been to college. I'm a college man, of course. So with that, you know, they did talk about. I took a class that talked about that for a while actually, but they classified it differently. So you have gender, and then you have sex.
Ooh.
So when they ask you your sex, male or female, right? When you're classifying gender, it's more of a psychological thing, I guess.
What you think you are. Like
it's what you believe. Like I said, this again is from a class I took like 4 years ago.
Isn't it the same thing with like race and ethnicity or something?
Right, something like that,
like
man.
One of them is that's what you are.
So, wait, what you're saying is that if I identify as an Asian man, in my head.
Well, I mean, I think
I'm not trying to be a smart ass.
No, I think ethnicity is what you were raised at. So
yes.
If you are white as hell, but you were raised in the Latin American community, you would more than likely consider yourself Latino, right? Which would be really weird. Go ahead.
No, that's me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am white as shit, but the little bit of Puerto Rican in me, that's the environment that I grew up in.
Right.
With Spanish music, with eating rice and beans, and all, like, no credit. I got, a lot of stuff from that.
Right, and nobody can take that away from you.
Exactly. But
I think
at
that
the
would
same time, it's like, I don't walk into, MS-13, Salvadorian gang and walk in and be like, "What's up, bro?" No, because that shit's not gonna fly.
Right.
Okay, so you can identify as whatever the fuck you want, and I'm cool with it, but it has limitations. I'm sorry.
No, definitely.
Well, and that's all that I was trying to say, because it's like, I feel like they're trying to force it on people, and that's kind of like, I know that some religions force religion on people, but
every religion. Not that I'm against religion, but
no. But at the same point, that's kind of what they're doing with the whole thing. Like, certain people don't want that. Okay, that's fine. You do that in your own time. Don't force it on the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my thing is this. You have to separate, because right now you're talking about apples and oranges, right? You're not comparing the same thing.
And real quick, I also just want to say I don't like the fact that they're trying to make it like the next civil rights movement.
Fair enough.
Because that's like a huge difference.
Fair enough. But
that's
my
just
thing
my opinion,
is, you're speaking about biology and sociology. They do not connect.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Biology, there is no way to become a female when you were born a male.
It's a mental thing.
It's not going to happen, right?
Yeah.
We all have the same kind of parts. They go different places, right? Nuts are ovaries, ovaries are nuts. To be simple, right?
Yeah.
So, there's no way that can happen. But there are people that are, living as the wrong gender.
Well, yeah,
Which I'm cool with, but the problem comes when you get too overboard with it. Like, like the people that want to change gender pronouns. Have you heard of this?
Yes. I know.
I think I know what you're
like I said, I don't want to get too deep into this, but
we already did.
I already opened that chest.
My thing is to me, it's always been a mental thing, and I respect that fully. If you want to do it, that's fine. Be you, but it's not a biological thing. That's the thing that irritates me, is they're trying to make it like a biological thing.
I think sometimes. So don't mind my alarm for my dryer, but I think sometimes it is right. For example, I guess there are some points when a child is born that they're born with both. Correct? Am I wrong?
We are all born female.
No. I'm saying once
he's talking about like a hermaphrodite, right? Like
birth is like
Yeah, but what
and
Joe
then,
just said, that's a different thing. That's a hermaphrodite.
Right. Well, I mean, then the parents make a decision, correct, as to which part is gone. Or am I wrong?
Really?
I've never heard of that. Like, when I was born with a penis. I don't
Well, no, I mean, if you're born with both, what do they do?
How are they going to get rid of a vagina if you're born with both?
Is that not a thing?
Make it a double unicorn, bro.
I have never read anything about that.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Well, okay,
I don't know.
So from the if and you internet, please correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, so from what I've heard, maybe read somewhere, if that is a situation that happens, the parents make the decision.
Well, yeah, if they're actually born a hermaphrodite.
Right.
Yes.
And then the parents makes the decision as to what they want the baby to be.
Yes. In that, I'm talking about somebody who's born like me or you with a penis or a vagina, and then they decide.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. I understand what you're talking about. I was talking about something different.
So funny. Wait a minute. What did you say, doctor? It's a girl. No. You turn that taco into a hot dog right the fuck now.
Dude, I totally want two penises now, though.
Right?
That would be such a cool deformity. Like, you just pull down your pants like you're about to have sex, and it's just like, how about now?
No.
Yeah?
No.
I feel like that would be painful.
Hey, go home. Try jerking off with the opposite hand.
Dude.
Dude, you can't do it, right? You gotta switch to old faithful, right? Whatever hand you are.
You just get them both in one hand, or double it.
Double.
Small. I got small hands. I can't handle all that meat.
Hey,
That would be nice.
Speaking of things that bother people and things that bug
Really
me.
grind your gears.
Yeah, that really grind my gears. So every fucking day when I get off at 480 on Ridge Road, which is by where I live, there's this fucking guy that panhandles and just sits there, and he's got this fucking sign. I don't know. Have I said this on the podcast already?
No.
He's got this fucking goddamn sign that changes every fucking day. It's like, please help me, God bless you. And then on Veterans Day, he had a fucking goddamn sign that said, I'm a veteran.
No.
Yeah, no, it really bugs me. And then as I was driving past or something like that, I saw that on the side there was a bike, like right under the bridge. And I'm like, this motherfucker, he just comes up here on his bike, begs, gets a bunch of money, and then fucking goes.
Wait, like a motorcycle?
No,
or a bicycle?
like a bicycle.
Okay.
Like a nice, like
a
mountain
bell.
bike.
Bing, bing.
So, with that, right? More than likely, the guy is down on his luck for some reason, stole the bicycle, and is probably not making the money that you think he's making.
Right.
So,
I mean, to an extent, I get where you're coming from. I see this guy there every day, man.
Well, see, the problem is it's kind of hard to tell who's actually
And it bugs me.
needs help and who doesn't, because you don't.
In Peru, my dad's rule, because there's a lot of panhandlers, he does not give to children, because at the end of the day, there's a bunch of exposing things about like how people run these like huge rings of children going out begging for money. The children bring the money back and they share it or something like that. So he tells me that he only does it for old people and people that are like handicapped to an extent, So it depends though.
so
Like if it's like a visual handicap, like okay, well you can't fake that.
So
yeah, but the problem, like the thing is that you don't really know, right? Like this guy could be legit as fuck, right? And there's plenty of, guys that are coming back that are like that. And, they're my age. It's not this old dude. They're, 28. There's kids right now.
Wait.
that are
You
coming
just
back.
said your age.
Huh? No. Well, Yeah, I'm older than that, but I'm saying that there's younger than me. There's 28, 25, year old kids that are coming back, aren't able to adjust, and are ending up homeless on the streets. Yeah. So, like I said, it's one of those things, like, it's a fine line between, like, I'm either going to, like, I don't know, it would have to be one of those things where you would have to, like, sit down and talk to him. Right. And, like, actually get to know him. And, like, sit next to him for a while and be like, what's your story, To get to know him, like, I don't know.
I get where you're coming from.
I think this is what you should do. You should pretend to do what you think he's doing. Like, get up in some old raggedy clothes, like, park up right next to him, like, hey, man, I heard this spot's really good, and, like, just see what he does. Like, I heard this guy's, like, pulling a lot of money over here, man. I'm trying to make bank, bro.
Are you asking me to go fight a hobo? Is that
no, I'm not saying fight a hobo. I'm saying take over his territory and see if he bites back.
So, I have an even better idea.
Yeah.
Preseason starting. Let's just go get all these panhandlers jobs for the Browns, so this way we might have a chance at a successful season this year.
Seriously. Hey, look. Throw a fucking cheeseburger down there. And that bitch runs and catches it. Touchdown. All right?
I'm just saying.
You're going to find some fast dudes.
If I was like that one commercial with the guy dangling the dollar off of the fishing pole, and I held that shit down in the end zone.
Yeah.
Touchdown every time. Almost guarantee it.
Yep.
$50. You don't even need to pay them that $100,000 check or whatever.
It's just like Hobo Johnny run into the end zone.
Yep.
Touchdown!
And he's saying something to the camera. I'm making my money, bitches. I'm making my money.
This is the best season that the Browns has had in years.
I'll take a large fry.
Who would believe that poverty would bring home a championship?
He grabs the camera. Watch out for the aliens, man.
Dude, like, out of all honesty, I'm really kind of, like, I'm to the point where I just don't even want to watch anymore. I don't even care.
They're optimistic.
Speaking of football, well, they're always optimistic.
Yeah.
But speaking of football, so, Angelo, we are doing a fantasy football league, but I also do one with these jackasses.
Oh, yeah.
This year is going to be called the Designated Drinkers League. And, guys, if you want to be part of it, this episode is going to go before the one that Nick was in. So, if you want to be part of it, also tell us. I'll put it in the comments or whatever and see if anybody wants to do it. But if you want to be part of two, you can.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, all right, cool.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, my main problem is and anybody who lives in Cleveland who listens to our podcast, I've been a Browns fan my whole life. And now it's just to the point where I don't even want to watch it anymore because I can't put myself through the torture of screaming at the fucking TV and getting hammered. I mean, I do that anyways, but it's just like, it's horrible because you're like, oh my God, we might have a chance of winning this. And then like the last 5 minutes are just like, let's just let him score 8 touchdowns. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
and I feel your guys' pain because I'm a Jets fan.
Well, yeah, there's your problem right there.
And I actually think the Browns are going to be better than the Jets this year.
Oh, definitely.
The Jets are fucking terrible.
They're tanking this year, man.
Oh my
They're
God.
trying.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, first round pick, here we come.
Yeah.
So that was our 5 minutes of sports, brought to you by our shirt called Yardage. You got this. It's all about the yardage.
We don't actually have a shirt.
No, we don't have a shirt.
You know what you could do if you want to like be a part of a winning team? Just like do what all of like other Clevelanders do and just join the Steelers.
Fuck no.
You're like,
Wait.
what? It's just
Repeat that for me.
like you just do what everybody else does in Cleveland. Just like end up joining the like the fan base of the Steelers. Like,
Dude, I will never be a fucking Steelers fan. Ever.
that's horrible, man. I don't know why people do that. I hate it when people like
Fair weather.
They say they like a sports team, and then it's just for the wins.
You know
That's bullshit.
You know what's really funny though? Is I say that I'm probably not going to watch them this year.
Oh, you will.
But every fucking year I watch them. And every fucking year I get drunk and yell at the fucking TV. So it's probably going to be the same thing this
It's
year.
a good temptation because you're like,
Well,
maybe they win.
And the Browns are on tonight.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
That's why when you said, let's record an episode, I'm like, well, fuck.
well, but it's preseason, right? I'm just happy football's back on. As long as I get to look at ESPN and I see scores, I'm happy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say as long as I get to look at ESPN and see butts in tight pants.
Well, that too. But, alright. So, let's talk about this.
Okay.
North Korea.
Oh my God! Here we go.
What are your thoughts? 'Cause I'm interested to hear what the panel's thoughts are.
What are my thoughts? My thoughts are that Kim fucking Jong Un, whatever the fuck you want to call him, is a dumbass.
The dictator with the Carlo haircut?
Yeah.
With the Carlo haircut, first of all, my haircut is sexy. He's got this what is it? Who's the guy from Street Fighter that has that like
gelled up? Vega? Oh, you're talking about Joe.
Blanca.
Or Blanca.
Guile.
Guile. Yeah. He's got the Guile look. All right, bro. I'm going more for the Latino sexy. All right.
Wait, is
totally different.
He has like a top.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, his hair kind of like hangs
Doesn't he
down.
have like a flap?
No.
No.
No, it kind of looks like Carlos hair a little
No,
bit.
it doesn't.
It kind of does.
No, it doesn't.
But
Well, then everybody, you can picture Tom as Hitler because he looks just like Hitler.
Hey, whatever,
He even has a
you know?
Hitler stash.
whatever.
Oh shit!
I'm
it's
a
right
lot.
there.
I'm a lot tanner, so
What
it's
did
fine.
you just say? Kill the Germans.
Wait, I couldn't understand all the Heinrensnagen.
You know what's funny is you say that I look like Hitler, but I'm darker than you are, so it's all right.
That's also racist. Why are you looking at my color, Hitler?
Dude! Oh my God!
Oh, good dog.
You know that he's about to go buzz his head now, right?
Fuck you all.
I'm just putting it out there.
That's not a guy.
Get out of here.
Tommy.
But out of all honesty, I just think that he's an idiot because he's been served all kinds of orders now to refrain from what he's been doing with these nukes, and he's just like, no,
Yeah.
fuck you.
They don't have nukes.
Yeah.
They do.
No. They are trying
Yeah.
Basically,
to compile nukes. Like they don't have it yet.
From-
and I think the last missile that they launched
from my
for a test was like 30 miles or something like that, which is like
from what I have
bullshit.
From what I have heard, as of today, the latest news on it is that they have one supposedly that could reach all the way to Alaska. Which, I mean, there's nothing in fucking Alaska
They don't
anyways.
fucking have anything
False.
to reach. Yeah.
But
they don't have
You're
anything.
fake news.
I don't give a shit.
you know
It's a podcast about people getting drunk. Who gives a fuck?
You let's rechange it, bro. You're not Hitler. You're CNN. All right.
Oh shit!
No,
That's fine. But I've also heard that they're working on something where they can put nuclear weapons on aircrafts and use them as missiles. Now, that could be wrong, but I heard that that's what they're working on.
I've no idea. We don't know what they're working on.
I mean, honestly, for what you're saying, all you need, you don't. What is a missile? A missile is nothing but an airplane, right?
Yeah.
It is something that flies that carries,
the bomb.
the nuke. So you can do that. I mean, you could already do that theoretically. You just take this fucking thing, put it in an airplane, crash the airplane.
Yeah, but they're not Japanese.
goes
They're
the
North
dynamite.
Korean. Okay.
Yeah.
From my understanding, though, the main thing that the U.S. has been worried about is the fact that they're working on missiles that can launch up into space and then re-enter the atmosphere
Well,
and
that's
still be
what
okay.
ours do. So that's why they're doing
I understand that, but they're taking practice shots in North Korea.
I'm going to tell you like this. Here's why.
It's not like we're out in fucking Utah blowing missiles off, and they're like, "Let's see if this works."
This is like one of those things where like I think the media is hyping it up
Right.
I agree.
more because here's the deal.
They need something to report on. Trump hasn't been on Twitter, so
Well, the problem is that if they were really coming to any sort of close to nuclear, power with their weapons, you got that gigantic fucking country right there that is not a big fan of it. Even though that they've been supporting them for a while, they are not a fan of this.
China.
No, I know.
Because China's right next door.
they're the ones who actually put all those orders in effect
Right.
against
Yeah.
them.
China's
So-
backing all the sanctions now.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. So you have everybody's like, I think that the media is like pumping it up to be something. I'm like, all right, once you hear something from China, like they're like, okay, we're gonna smack you in the pee-pee a little bit, right? That's when they're close. But right now they're just like, hey, quit your shit, all right? Just quit your shit.
Kim Jong Un is like a little fucking toddler just throwing a tantrum over there, and China's like the daddy's like, hey, you now get the fuck off and go to your room.
Yeah.
Like,
So I've been supporting your ass.
I don't know if it was you, Angela, that said it yesterday, but when you can get the U.S., Russia, and China to agree on something, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's 100% right.
Everybody agrees on these sanctions on them because they are, dude. It's not even that the country, and this is something that I think you've said. The country, North Korea itself, the country as a whole, either a general or something, is going to get sick of it because they're fucked, dude. Mm-hmm. They have no supplies. They're gonna go hungry eventually.
Yeah, they're already going hungry.
But
no, I'm saying to an extent where more people are going to be dying,
but
somebody's going to revolt.
At the same point, I mean, obviously, there's probably been some kind of civil war going on there for years because they don't like their leaders. But the fact of the matter is they've been under a dictatorship for, God, since what, the Korean War?
Yeah, it's not even a dictatorship. It's a theocracy. So it is. They literally believe that Kim Jong-il's father is no. Kim Jong-un is the grandson of where all this came from. It was
I got you. Okay,
I can't remember his name. Kim Jong-il. I think Kim Jong something. Right? They all have that fucking name. Mm-hmm. Kim Jong whatever. Kim Jong Senior.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-il, and now it's Kim Jong-un.
And then his son is gonna be called Pao Chicken.
Kung Pao Chicken.
Kung Pao Chicken.
So, they believe that the Kim Jong Senior is like the living representation of whatever the fucking god they believe in, type thing.
1948.
So
by the way, it's 1948 that North Korea was created. So
yeah. So it's not even that. It's just a dictatorship. Like they believe on a government base and on like a religious base that. This is basically what they're doing is the tits.
So wait, so North Korea actually
just Korea.
Yeah, I know. They separated before the Korean War? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why did I think that they separated after?
That's why the Korean War happened.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. You guys keep talking.
Oh, okay, I got you. Because see, my main thing is
that's why North Korea and South Korea disband and we're basically fighting for territory, and that's why the Korean War happened. So that's
I didn't realize that they separated that early though. In 1948, I mean that was at the end of the war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean I think, but the Korean War was like 1952.
That's why we also helped out because of the dictatorship stuff because we were like no dictators.
Well, but my thing is I feel like Kim Jong Un is just a spoiled fucking baby, and he's like, I'm gonna do what I want, and you don't have to like it.
Yeah.
But guess the fuck what? I'm gonna do it. And honestly, you know what? I'm not pro like war, but I am pro like, hey, fuck that guy. I think we should blow him up. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like ISIS and all this other all this is it's a toddler with a loaded gun.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't have the thought processes to understand the ramifications of his actions.
Yeah.
So, where China,
silver spoon in the mouth,
and Russia and all the big companies, Germany and all that, or countries, they're all going to be looking at, okay, if I launch this fucking nuke, here's what's going to happen, right? Here's all the death and the fucking destruction and the
then you
carnage that I'm. And then he's just like, oh, fuck with me, I go boom. So fuck that guy.
My thing about it is a lot of people are like, oh, if we go to war, I'll fight, and it's like, if we go to war, it's not gonna be a war. It's gonna be two countries shooting missiles at each other. I don't really think that there's gonna be too much ground fight.
Nukes are the last thing we want to use, man.
No, it's never gonna come.
But hold on, what I'm talking about is when you're fucking with somebody as crazy as that dumbass. Kim Jong-un,
Yeah.
you don't fucking know. I mean, one day he might just be like, oh, what did this button do? Press a button, and the next thing you know, we're at war. Like,
I'm so lonely. So no, but it's not going to come because they don't have the capabilities yet, right? They don't have the GDP. They don't have the technology yet, right? To really do anything, right? Not to mention, like I said, they're basically staring down the barrel of a loaded gun already, right? Because you got fucking Russia, China, and us going, hey, not a good idea.
yeah.
So I don't think it will come to ground troops. It's going to come to the Navy first, right? Navy and Marines first, and then
yeah.
once that initiates, now we're taking over your country. You know, it's the only difference between Kim Jong Un and ISIS is basically funding.
Well, see, the problem that I have with, and I know that it's not that much like Vietnam, but the problem that I have is I know that we've been dealing with guerrilla warfare for a long time now, and Vietnam was kind of like that first war where it was like, oh, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
I'm not used to this. But I just feel like there's some sneaky motherfuckers over there, man.
I mean, you said it wrong, bro. It's Vietnam.
Oh, my bad.
Vietnam.
But the other thing is like,
Do you know what I'm saying though? They're fucking
but-
sneaky as shit.
but the other thing is, unlike now,
But we have drones
where,
now, so
but unlike now where we're fighting an ideology and an entity, if we were to go to war with North Korea, we'd actually be fighting an army again.
Oh, that's true.
Like a uniformed
Right.
army. So it would be interesting. But the cool thing, did you see that thing that I posted about where it was, the guy that was like,
I'll read it.
read that because
Hold on,
I
I'm
thought
gonna
it
pull
was
it up.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's really fucking funny, dude.
And like it was just like that was like, look, if you don't want to like go to war and all that, I understand that. I don't want to go to war.
Nobody
Well,
should. Nobody
wants
should.
to.
Nobody should want to
Yeah.
go to war.
Yeah, no, I know some motherfuckers that
Dumb
want to go to
people.
war.
Yeah, but
No,
nobody
they're
should.
not dumb. They just miss it. But nobody wants to. But it's the fucking these turds, in my opinion, that are just completely pacifist, and are in their mind gonna solve everything by a little love and understanding. Like, I'm sorry.
So the thing says, if war breaks out with North Korea, draft all the knuckle-dragging, chest-thumping, flag-waving idiots that voted for Trump.
Oh, yes.
And then somebody wrote, LOL, I wouldn't trust anyone else to get the job done.
Goddamn right. So, yeah. And that's why, I share and I post on there. The vaccine against evil men are good men who are skilled in violence. And I believe that. Like, sometimes, look, you don't always have to fucking fight. But when you do, you want a fucking ferocious bunch of motherfuckers that haven't gotten laid in a fucking year. And they're looking to just kill everything in sight so that they can get home and get a little bit of fucking pussy. And maybe a chicken sandwich. You know what I mean?
Bitch, I can't even get a chicken sandwich.
You said that.
Fuck these MREs.
I used to listen to this podcast, and he was trying to get. And it was a really popular. It's called the Indoor Kids Plug. Anyways,
We need a bell.
Whenever we do a plug, we should have a bell. That would be awesome. But whenever he was trying to get chicken sandwich as the new cool, so it would be like you would say something, and instead of me saying, "Oh, that's cool, dude," or "Oh, that's awesome," he'd be like, "Oh man, it's a pretty good chicken sandwich," or "Yeah, dude, that's chicken sandwich." I don't know why. I sorry, I had to interject with that.
So, out of all seriousness, though, when are we starting this fantasy football league? Because we definitely haven't done fucking anything.
September?
All right. No.
For
Whoa.
Yahoo? I don't know.
Watch your mouth.
Whoa.
You can get it done. You can get it done right now. Right now. Do you guys do like a live draft?
We can.
Like, Live draft, like in the basement.
That's what we did last year.
We did, and my team was awful. I'm not kidding.
I came in first.
My team was awful.
You know who came in last and had a better grade than any of them, and they bitched about it? This motherfucker right here. I got an A, and I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be something. This motherfucker Tom left his house. He's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta smoke. And he goes out and says, I can't believe you got a fucking A. I can't believe you got a 96. Like, this is bullshit. And I'm like, this is just a grade. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, maybe I'll fuck shit up. First week, 3 of my people injured. Second week, I get a new person, gets injured. And after that, it trickled down.
It was just funny, though, because the one guy who was actually going to come in first, after, like, week 6, he just stopped playing.
Yeah.
So, he just stopped playing, and then, like...
John, if you listen to our podcast, you were on it before, calling you out.
Well, and you've seen the league, right?
Yeah.
So, Darian was Taco. Okay? So, so we literally, everybody had their taco week, okay?
Yeah.
And then my taco week was the first week that Tom Brady was back.
Oh, shit.
And he destroyed me.
Hold up.
Because he's like, oh, I finally got the app. And he, like, switched around his whole line, just fucking annihilated me. I'm like, what the fuck? All these motherfuckers get a taco week, and then it comes to my taco week, and you're like, no, fuck you. And I'm like, man.
That was great.
So speaking of taco weeks, and taco is essentially a player that slacks off and doesn't really do anything. Okay, so I was working my con. Okay, I was working my con. So Tom Brady, for most of you guys that don't know, is a quarterback. Okay, and he's really good.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows.
I mean, I have. Hey, some people maybe they don't know. Okay, they don't know. But anyways, he's a quarterback for American football, and he's really good. And he was suspended for a while.
You know what team he's on?
No, I have no idea.
The New England.
No, Patriots. Patriots. Never mind, man.
The minute you said like team, I was like, this motherfucker doesn't know what team.
And halt. So, let it be known that the guy who doesn't know what team Tom fucking Brady plays for won our goddamn football. Like, he won first place in our fantasy football.
That's right.
Fuck that guy.
So yeah, that's right, man. I annihilate. I think I lost once.
Yeah.
Once in that other fantasy football league, which is awesome.
But he had a stacked team. I saw your
Bro,
team.
he put his fucking just oblong fucking pigskin Kim Jong-un dick right in everybody's mouth. Like, he fucked people up. I was so like, dude, I almost shit myself.
Is it bad that I kind of want to change Carlo's name on my phone to King Jong?
Oh, fuck you, whatever. So, but anyways.
He's going to use that tonight in the bedroom. He's going to go upstairs and be like, get some of this oblong pigskin from Kim Jong dick.
By the way, that's the name of the episode, Kim Jong Dick.
Oh, you gotta say it right.
You gotta put the whole thing in there. Oblong pigskin Kim Jong dick.
So, but moving past this. So,
oh my god. So he's trying to make a trade with
so
Darian.
I was working the con. I had convinced Darian to give me. I was trading him some fucking bullshit player, dude. It was like somebody that I had kept in the back, and not even played him just in case. I think it might have even been a kicker.
Angelo, it was fucking collusion. We had to deny the trade.
So
it was collusion.
So
that's not collusion. You gotta You gotta let a man work his con.
Right. So I convinced him, bro. He sends me the trade. I go through it, and these motherfuckers, because everybody gets a pop. Yep. And then everyone's like, hey, is this trade okay? All these motherfuckers denied my motherfucking trade. I had convinced them. I had even Darian go, guys, come on. You guys don't want me to do good in this?
Denied the con.
They denied me the fucking trade.
Okay, hold on.
It was really great.
I had a reason. Because I was playing him, and then the next week I was going to play Darian. I'm like, you're not fucking up my taco week. No. You're not fucking me 2 weeks in a row. So I told
you should have just let it happen.
Nope.
You'd have got one, but you'd have got your taco week.
No, I wouldn't have because he still would have beat me. All his other players did great. He had a stacked team, but all of his good players were on the bench, like for the first 4 weeks of the goddamn season. But it was just like one of those things where I'm like, nope, because I'm playing you next week. You're not getting them. I denied it. I'm like, fuck you. Yeah. It's not happening.
And then everybody else just wanted to be a dick. Fucking assholes.
All right,
I think it started with John. I think John was the first one like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
And who did I trade with you? Brown from Pittsburgh, the wide receiver.
Brown?
Yeah, Antonio Brown.
Oh no, we didn't make that trade.
Oh,
I didn't make that trade.
Who did I make a trade with?
You made it with Darian the first week for his defense. Because he wanted.
I wanted the Panthers defense, and then they played like shit the whole season. I was so mad.
Real quick. Tidy whities or boxers? Or boxer briefs? Go.
Me undies. This is...
Oh my god, that would be great. Ding. Plug.
You keep kneeing me, you dick.
I'm trying to get comfortable.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, boxers.
Boxers not like boxer briefs?
No.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no, too much to contain.
I see. All right.
No,
all right.
when I fart, it makes like a little bubble in boxer briefs. I can't do that.
By the way, Angelo should have pressed the bell, ding, when he said too much to contain.
I'm a boxer brief guy.
Me too.
I prefer them because they give you that support, but still the freedom.
I don't like the support.
That and I have a small penis, so it's okay.
Holds everything together.
No, wait. The boxer briefs are the ones that they kind of are like they're just a little longer version of underwear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm in between of boxer briefs and just boxers. I like boxers better.
I had my fiance admit today that she saw someone else's dick. I just realized that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no. So
wait, she's in nursing school.
Right.
She's gonna see dicks all the time, bro.
So she was talking about like somebody's balls. And somebody their leg, and then how she saw their balls. I was like, wait, have you seen some dick? And she's like, I think I've seen one dick. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. And then I just realized, I was like, she saw somebody else's dick. That's weird.
I mean,
I get it.
Listen, when I was working in the hospital, there was this one dude. He was probably I don't know, 70, 80, something like that. Dementia, had no clue what's going on. So they get to clean him up. They pull his pants down. And I swear to God, 3 nurses came out of this fucking dude's room white. And they were not white. So, I'm like, what the fuck? They all looked like they just saw a ghost. They're like, wow. Wow. I'm like, what? They're like, you gotta go look at this. I was like, well, what is it? They're like, this guy is the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life. And he's 80. I was like, I don't want to see that.
You're like, but I kind of do.
The majority of the nurses went in to clean this guy up. Like, you gotta see this. You gotta check this out. You gotta see this. I was just like, Jesus Christ, these are horny bitches. None of them were turned on by the dude, but at least 1 or 2 of them went home and looked at that fucking baseball bat in the corner and was like, I might try something like that. I might like something like that.
Did you go look at it?
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Bullshit.
Dude, I had nothing to do with it. Look, if I don't have to see a dick, I don't want to go see a dick. However,
why did you pull that up?
Oh, because I looked up the world's largest dick.
Oh my god.
So
now that's gay.
I'm sorry, if you work in a hospital and somebody's like, dude, that guy's got a huge dick, you need to go look at it. I'd be like,
I was looking up how long it was. I wasn't looking up for it. And I got to a Maxim article that has the fucking guy's, well, it's wrapped, but whatever. So, this dude has his dick wrapped in a cloth. It's the world's largest dick is 19 inches.
You know what? That's useless. That's useless. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I think over 10 is useless.
No, it's not even that. Yeah, okay. So it's
Jesus Christ.
It's wrapped up. Hold on.
It's great for party tricks, but you ain't fucking nothing with that. Look at that. See? What the fuck?
So
that goes down to his knee.
If he looks like Joe if he got old.
So if
that's
he was,
how Joe walks with a limp. All right.
if he was to like get erect, would he pass out from the loss of blood?
Wait, that's not erect?
No.
Dude, he's got a fucking problem.
Well, no, I feel like there's the thing. There's
He's got a semi.
there's growers and showers, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the guy's just a shower because there's nothing else.
What if he's a grower?
Does he just? Well, then no.
What great skill! He's like, pop. Oh my god, bitch! I'm a grower.
Not even that. Like you can't even like. He better live in a really nice place because he's living in like a little place. Has maybe some rats. Like his dick's gonna grow. I'm like, lunchtime.
So could he not ever wear shorts then? Because like if he was a grower, he'd be standing around and the shorts would be fine, and he'd be like, oh shit, I'm getting a hard on. Oh no! And then it would just pop from his shorts.
Well, I mean, it goes down to his knee,
Yeah.
so there's no shorts involved.
Basketball shorts.
You gotta wear those like long 1990, two fucking Jenko shorts.
Janko jean shorts.
Yeah, like the ones that come down to your fucking like halfway down your shin.
Fucking ghetto
Like there was like no
capris.
fucking reason in wearing them.
Ghetto capris.
Yeah. No, but I did see a dude. He was like 800 pounds, and he was all fluid overloaded. So gravity. A lot of fluid was sitting in his balls.
Oh,
Literally.
no way.
The size of a basketball.
Oh my
And
god.
I had a nurse. Like I walked out of the room to get something, and I just looked at her. I was like, oh my god, this guy's nuts are the size of my head. She's like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, all right, you're coming in with me. Let's go do this. She comes in, and he's 800 pounds, so there's like 7 of us in the room, right, to lift him and roll
Well,
him.
I assume that you weren't gonna lift him and roll him by yourself.
Yeah. Look, hey, I'm talented, not that
He
talented.
used to be Arnold
But-
Schwarzenegger's double in Conan.
Yeah. But
What was that movie with him and Danny DeVito? I
Twins.
can picture Angelo being in Twins with
of Danny
Arnold.
DeVito?
Yeah.
But no, so I walk in, and they basically, his legs would and his belly would compress his nuts down, so he would need somebody to lift them so that they weren't under all the leg and belly fat, right? So he'd be like, scoop my balls, scoop my balls. And I remember this one nursing aide, she was like, sir, I ain't gonna tell you again. It's a testicle. Don't say it again.
Oh.
And then she literally she tied 2 towels together and made him a sling so he can pull his own junk up. And she's like, no, we're not touching it. Do it yourself.
This is great.
Dude.
It was the creepiest thing ever. Like he was so fat and nasty, and then he would sit there. He had 8 hard drives, external hard drives, filled with porn.
Oh.
In the hospital?
Yes. And I don't know why he couldn't fucking see it, nor could he touch his dick. And not to mention, he was so fluid overload that, like a fupa? Like imagine a fupa with a dick. That thing was like a turtle head. It was inside all that fluid, so he couldn't even find the motherfucker.
Oh.
So, you know what that reminds me of? Have you ever seen that episode of South Park? Where
The ball sack one where
Yes.
they're jumping on their ball sacks?
where the dad is walking down the street with his nuts in the
In the
wheelbarrow.
wheelbarrow, yeah.
That's what that reminds me of.
Dude,
That's exactly
legit.
what it reminds
was so
me of.
crazy.
That's amazing.
You say that and it reminded me. A while, I think it was the first time I went Black Friday shopping. We literally shopped all night. And then Ashley and I have this ritual, so we go Black Friday shopping, and then the next morning we go to IHOP and have food, it's just great. Mm-hmm. It's fun. But anyways, so we're in IHOP and I see this really big guy. He's like huge. And like he's got a short sleeve shirt and you can see and I don't know why he had them. Maybe he had an issue, but in his arms he had skin tags. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he was really big, man. And maybe it was due to his size that he had, but he was covered in skin tags, dude. So like I look and I'm like, oh, that's really weird. So I'm eating my food, whatever, and I was like, hey, Ashley, real quick, I'm going to go to the bathroom. So I walked to the bathroom, and I opened the door, and this guy he was on a urinal, and, like, you open the bathroom to IHOP, to, like, the bathroom in IHOP, and like the urinal's right in front of you.
Yeah.
So like I opened it and I just saw bare ass. This dude had dropped his pants all the way to his ankles, had lifted his shirt, and like was picked up, and I literally went, whoa! He's like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh no, it's okay. And I walked out. But like, you ever seen that TV show with the dinosaurs?
Yes.
His skin, dude, should look just like that.
Dude,
Are you talking about that 90s? Like,
that 90s where like they were
like
those
in
live
suits?
It was
live
called
action-
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
live action
Okay.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, with Nakamama.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
dude, that was on TGIF.
So
One of the greatest fucking things ever. You guys are too young to understand it.
So
You all.
I legitimately thought that Carlo was going to be a dick, and when he got up to go to the bathroom, I thought he was going to look at Ashley and be like, "Hey, do me a favor, make sure that guy doesn't eat my food."
What was it if he was like just like picking off skin tags and eating them?
Oh.
No, but like, that's like, remember like when you were in like second grade, there was always that fucking kid that didn't realize that you can like, there was always that one kid, everybody had it in second grade, where he just pulled his pants all the way down and fucking peed. I fucking hated that kid.
Dude,
I
I
Were you
remember.
that kid?
No. I remember I had not used a urinal until I got to the first grade. So like I go in, I'm like, this is a new experience, and so I'm like, are we supposed to take our pants down? And a kid does that, and I instantly look like, I'm not doing that. That kid's a fucking freak. And I go into the stall and I pull my pants. I'm like, I'd rather do this. Nobody can see me.
So, I just want to bring something. When I was in Texas, I don't know if I told you guys this, but there's some weird shit that goes on in Texas.
Before you go on, because we're veering off this topic, but my brother was that kid.
Oh.
And I had to teach him, because I went to like the movies with him, and then he pulled out his pants. I was like, whoa, here, buddy, pull your pants back up. I'm going to teach you right now. You don't pull your pants all the way down in a urinal, right? I got to tell you this right now, man, because if you don't, you're going to go through life getting made fun of, and I don't want that for you.
So,
Fuck that.
so when I was in Texas,
But you gotta be so free. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
my God.
Sorry, I just popped in.
there's some weird shit that happens down there, man.
Right.
Like when people say the weird shit happens up here, go to Texas for a fucking month and a half. And then we'll talk about some weird shit. But I won't forget, I went out to this Mexican restaurant for dinner. And
You mean the local restaurant?
no. So
Horrible way.
So I walk into the bathroom. I'm not even joking. There was a dude. I don't know. Maybe he was hammered, but facing ass backwards towards the urinal, taking a shit. It was like one of the scooped urinals.
Yeah.
So he's like taking a shit in the urinal, just hovering above it. I just walked out. I'm like, what the fuck? 2 weeks later, I didn't see somebody taking a shit, but I stopped at a gas station, and there's just a pile of crap in the urinal. I'm like, do they not know
Listen.
how urinals work down here?
Listen.
You gotta go.
There's a lot of veterans in Texas. That is where all the fucking phantom shitters go.
I was like, oh my god.
On any military installation, at least the ones that I've been to, so Navy or Marine Corps, you have what's called the phantom shitter. Okay? So, like, especially in the barracks or on a ship or something like that, like, when you walk out of your door in the barracks, you walk out, you open, and you look. Immediately. Because there's always that fucking dude, and nobody ever knows who it is. And nobody... Motherfucker, you were the phantom shitter! And you won't admit it. But there's always the phantom shitter, and they'll drop a turd in front of your door, they'll piss in front of your door, or something. Like, it's always something. Like, there'll be a turd right next.
Are they trying to claim it as territory or something?
No, like, you walk into the shower, you gotta walk in, you passing up 2 showers, she's like, fucking turd. Yeah, so that's the thing.
So-
Now I firmly believe that the phantom shitters all reside in Texas.
So, can I just say that the guy that I saw leaning up against the urinal, it was probably one of the most awkward moments in my life.
Did you make eye contact?
Yes. So no, like, I open the door and I walk into the bathroom and this dude's hovering over this urinal, and the second I open the door, he goes like this. And he just, like, stares right at me. And I'm like, I'm gonna stop looking at you and walk out now. Like, it was almost like one of those moments where he stared at me and he's like, how you doing? Like,
Like it's perfectly normal.
I'm just like, what the fuck did I just witness?
Dude, you might have seen the elusive Phantom Shitter. You might have caught him in the
You know,
act.
it's
And,
fun.
Was he missing a testicle?
it reminds me of that league.
Oh, when they're talking about going to the bathroom in the shower?
When they were like, who brushes their teeth in the bathroom? And then the boss walks in, and he's taking a shit, and he's brushing his teeth. He's like, "Don't look away! Don't look away!"
You know, you say that, and I don't know if I said this, and I'll keep saying that. I don't know if I said this in the podcast already, because I don't have a lot of stories. But when I used to work at BP, I had my one of the first shift person call, and they're like, "Hey, so you're gonna do this since you're newer than me. Somebody shit everywhere besides the toilet in the men's bathroom, and I'm not cleaning it." I was like, "What?" They're like, "You're coming in at, I see, 3 o'clock, so it's on you. I'm gonna call the other second shift person. They're gonna help you, but there's no way in hell that I'm cleaning it." So the other second shift person called me, and he was like, "Hey, so I just got that call, and I know that there's a drain in the bathroom, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring a hose, and do you have one of those like gun things that you can hook up to the hose?"
Wait, it was dirty all fucking day?
Yeah, dude. She
Oh,
literally,
my God. Dude, if I would have walked in, I would have threw up just to add to it.
what she did was she closed the door, put saran wrap on the door, and it like put a sign that says closed. It was bad, dude. So I walked in and I looked, and it was disgusting. Like they had shit in the sink, in the urinal, all around the toilet. But and the thing is, it was clear that they were not going for the toilet because it was nowhere near it.
Yes.
So my friend, he hands me the hose. He's like, "Here you go. I brought the hose." I was like, "Awesome." He's like, "You got to do it. I can't walk in. I'll puke." I was like, okay. So we went and got these. We have these like masks. So it was a mask right on your mouth, and then it had like a cover for your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So like we turned the water on. I stuck my hand in, and then I just started spraying everywhere. Like we opened, like there was the drain on there. We unscrewed the drain thing from it so that the shit would just fall inside without any problems.
Phantom Shitter strikes again.
Bad, dude. It was bad.
So, wait, I have a question. Have any of you guys ever done a double decker?
No.
Do you know what
Upper decker?
Upper decker? Sorry, my bad. I misspoke.
What is an upper decker?
You don't know what it? Oh,
Yeah.
Angela, I'm gonna let you explain it because
So, at least from what I know, an upper decker is when you shit in the tank.
Yeah.
Instead of shitting in the toilet, you shit in the tank, so that every time they flush it, it just stays there.
So when I was probably like 14,
Uh-huh.
I went to this party and this kid was a fucking douche. Like, me and my friend didn't like him, but we went with a couple of our friends and we get there and I look at my buddy and I'm like, I'm gonna give this kid an upper decker in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna shit in the tank, and when he flushes it, the toilet's gonna fill with shit. So, yeah, we're drinking a little bit, and I go upstairs, and sure enough, man, I fucking pop that lid off, I squat over it real quick, let it go, dude. By far the funniest phone call I've ever gotten the next day.
And that's if it goes down, because a lot of times like that little flapper that's in the toilet, it'll fucking chop it. So you'll have a turd sitting in there for like fucking 3-4 days, and they can't figure out where the fucking smell is coming from. I think we did that to Jerome.
What happened was it literally, so that flap on the inside,
Yeah.
what it was doing is it was smashing it. So
Yeah.
like the water just kept coming down brown and they couldn't figure out why. And then they opened the top and there were still turds up there. It was great.
It's funny that you say that, but I still remember this story. My cousin. So, my cousin, he always liked playing. He always likes playing jokes, like stupid things, like hey, your shoes untied, blah blah blah, dumb stuff like that. One day, I still remember we were walking back home, and it was a group of us, and he literally runs up to the group, like to the entire group, hops up in the air, and then falls, like jumps, gets down, and then looks like at us. And I was like, "Hey, are you okay?" He's like, "No." All of a sudden, we were passing by this restaurant. He's like, "I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back." So he goes, comes back. Really didn't talk about it after, right? Then I was talking to him one day, and he's like, "Okay, so I got something to tell you." I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure." So do you remember that day I jumped out in front of everybody? I was like, "Yeah, that was weird." He's like, "Yeah, I shit myself. I was going for a fart, like I was gonna crop dust all of you." Like he jumped, and he's like, "Oh," and like squeezed too hard, and he shit himself. And he's like, "I shit myself. I kid you not, it was awful." So what he did, we go to this restaurant, and he's like, I walked into the restaurant, and I tried to figure out what to do. Wasn't quite sure what to do. So he said he took that off his underwear. He didn't see a garbage can. So what he did is he put it at the top. Yeah.
In the tank of the toilet. Oh, my God.
I cleaned myself. Because he's like, well, my problem was the fact that there was a lot of people waiting for the bathroom. And I didn't want to make them wait. He tells me the reason why he was telling me was because of the fact that he went back to the restaurant to see if it was still there. And it wasn't.
So, yeah.
So, no. All right, man up. When's the last time you sharded?
Me? Like
anybody?
Like poop comes out of your.
Like you got to fart a little bit, and you're like, oh,
And
oh man.
I remember.
And, like you have a little stain. Like you shit a little bit.
No. I remember shitting myself when I was like 6 years old, maybe 7. It was the last time I shit myself. I'm
talking about a shart, not a full on like.
No. I'm talking about so I need to use the bathroom, and I don't ride a bike and we'll talk about it on another podcast. But I don't ride a bike, so I don't. I had I was traumatized as a kid. Anyways, so I was the kid whenever we played. I used to have rollerblades, so I would run around with my rollerblades, and it was awesome. I love rollerblading. But anyways, so I was hanging out with my friends, and I needed to poop really bad. And I was the kind of kid that would not poop anywhere else but my house bathroom. So I race home, dude. Like, I was like, it's coming out! I can't! And I'm like rollerblading home. I get to my house, and I sit down on the front, like, stair to, like, take my rollerblades off because of the fact that I couldn't get in my house with rollerblades because I would have gotten yelled at. Yeah. So I was trying to take my rollerblades, and my cousin Andrea, this is all down in Peru. So, like, my cousin Andrea comes up to me, like, I'm taking them off. She's like, hey, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I don't care right now! I don't care! And she's like, oh, you don't have to be so rude. And then I shit myself. I was like, oh! And, like, it started coming out. I was like, and then I grabbed, it was, at the time, it was like the 90s, so I was wearing tighty-whities. So everything was compressed in there.
Oh, it makes it worse.
So like,
it rides up. Underneath your balls.
I grabbed it and I was like walking into like my bathroom, and I was like, "Mom, help me!" Because I was 6 or 7 years old at the time, and like I pulled my pants out, and she's like, "Why did you shit yourself?" And she was not mad, but she was concerned. She's like, "You're 7 years old. How are you shitting yourself?"
So. The last time that I actually sharded, I was I think I was 21. And that was just because I was really sick, and my boss called me in to go to work, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm really sick. I'm not coming in. He's like, I need you to come in. I'm like, all right, fine. So it was like middle of a snowstorm. I was taking care of properties at that point, so I had to plow like the parking lots and the driveway and whatever. So I get in there, and I'm like, I'm only plowing the office parking lot. And then I'm going the fuck home. I'm really sick. So I get there, and I'm plowing the parking lot, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, man. Have you ever had that feeling where you're just like, I don't know. I'm like, this is rolling the dice right now.
Yeah.
Like, hardcore, like, am I going to shoot a 7, or am I going to get snake eyes, you know? Like, so that was actually a good analogy. I don't know why I did that, but so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna roll the dice. It was not a 7. I'll tell you that much. But so I'm done, and I get out and I go inside and I'm like, you owe me a new pair of underwear. And he's like, what? I'm like, you're buying me new underwear. I'm like, I told you I was fucking sick. I shit myself. Now you're buying me new underwear because I gotta drive all the way fucking home in these shitty underwear. So fuck you. So I leave. Next day, dude, I'm not even joking. After I came back from being sick, he gave me a pack of underwear. Funniest thing ever. I mean, but yeah, I was like, I think I was 20 or 21. I'll be honest. I won't lie about my age.
Yeah.
First off, before I say my thing, when you were telling your story about like your Peru poop story, the whole time I was thinking, like the whole time you were telling it, I was like, you know what? This would be a lot funnier if it was like to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like when he's trying to get home, like bah, 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 bah. You're like going to the streets and like, hey, mijo, get the fuck out of my way! I gotta take a shit.
Dude, I wish that you would have done that while he was telling the story. He's like, and then I was rollerblading home, and Joe's just like, ba 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 ba.
You know, I was just thinking, like, I don't know, and maybe this is like my, like the, you know, the Hispanic coming out in me, but like, I just picture like you coming in the house and like, you know, fucking Wayla's taking off the chocolate. Socio, bite! You know, they just smack the fuck out of you while you're running with shitty fucking pants. You're like, no! Hey! Trying to cover up and cover your ass. Like,
There's poop coming down, there's dirt coming
and then
forward.
she's fucking you up because you're getting shit on her floor. Like,
as she's smacking you with it, she's smacking the shit.
Oh, no!
You're making it worse!
apparently Carlo had like a very mild little. Alright, when's the last time you shit yourself?
Last time I shit myself was during during the day we were doing Carlo's party.
Nice!
Like it was, you weren't there
His
yet.
birthday?
Yeah, man.
Oh my god!
Like, we were setting everything up, and everyone's out in the back. Everyone's outside in the backyard, and like I'm going outside. I'm like, man, my tummy's feeling kind of weird. Maybe I got to fart. And like I stop because I'm like, I feel like it's gonna be a nasty one. And I have a habit of farting and then not knowing that I farted. And people are like, Joe, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm stinky junior here. So I step back, and I'm like, oh wait, this is really hot. And then like out of nowhere, I feel like wetness trickling down my leg. Like,
oh no!
And I'm like, I'm just gonna back away slowly. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, the whole time I'm planning, like, what the fuck do I do? I can't be Shit McGee over here. They're gonna make fun of me.
Shit McGee.
So, like, I go back inside, and, like, I close the door, and right away I see, like, Carlos' fiance, Ashley, and I think it was our friend Claire in the kitchen. I'm like, fuck. Because I was like, I don't have an extra pair of underwear in my book bag, but I know I keep, like, an extra pair in their spare room. So I'm like, I just gotta make it to the spare room. That's home base. So, like, I'm really quiet. They're not gonna notice me, so I'll walk. I'm like, please don't smell. And then, like, I go, and then, like, I think your dog was there, and I'm like, Thor, get the fuck away from me. And, he's like, and I'm like, the whole time I feel like I did something wrong, like an old man, like, oh, man, I pooped. And, like, I put that on, I forgot what I did with that underwear. I was like, I guess I put it in
on top of Carlos' forehead.
Full circle!
Oh, shit. You know, it's funny. I told you that, like, that night. But you were so drunk.
Dude, I was hammered as fuck.
It was a good time to tell you. We were all fucked up, and I'm just like, Tom, I gotta tell you something, man. I shit myself today. I shit myself. And you're like, it's okay, man. Everyone shits themselves, man.
Oh my god, I remember that!
That is the best.
It's a great day.
I love this.
It's a great day.
Oh, that was
We got closer that
Why
day.
didn't I remember that?
Listen.
I know why, because I had a lot to drink.
Yeah.
I slightly remember you saying that you pooped, though.
Yeah.
I just thought that you were kidding.
No. I shit myself. Yeah.
It's okay.
I did it like 2 months ago.
It's like that song by
On Carlo's birthday?
by Johnny Cash. Yeah. I shit myself today.
That's not how it goes.
Wait,
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
It's called Hurt,
yeah.
and it goes, I hurt myself today.
Oh,
No.
oh, okay. I was like,
You know-
I've never heard of Johnny Cash say he shit himself.
You know, I didn't know that song isn't originally his. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
Nine Inch
that's-
Nails. He
Yeah,
did a
yeah,
cover
that's
of
right.
it.
So I had somebody argue with me about it. I was like, it's 9 Inch Nails' song that they gave to Johnny Cash because he made it better. And they're like, that's not right.
Can
You know that happened to me. I was in the Winky Lizard with like my improv group, and like we were hanging out because it was a day. It's summer, so there's not a lot of people that come.
Right.
And like it was a day we only got like 5 people. It was like, okay, we don't have a lot of people. Just promote the next show a lot better. And we're like, cool. So we go to the Winking Lizard, and like this jukebox is just playing in the background, and like it's Van Morris's like I think it was Dancing in the Moonlight. It was either Dancing in the Moonlight,
Into the Mystic, maybe.
or it was one of those, or maybe it's that really popular one that they have that played in that. Anyways. Like, so I'm singing along, and this is one of my one of my improv buddies is singing with me, and I'm like, man, Van Morrison's like, hold up, bitch, that's Jim something, and I'm like, nah, man, that's Van Morrison. He's like, he got real personal, and was like, no, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and he gets up, and I'm just like sitting in my chair like, and then he comes back, he's like, all right, well, I fucked up, you're right. And I'm like,
Can I just say that this is the reason why I like our podcast, because in the very beginning of it, we go from talking about North Korea, transgenderism, and so on and so forth, and by the end of it, we're talking about people
shitting
themselves and taking shits in urinals.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that like the last 30 minutes of this podcast is all shit jokes. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I love it.
But
that's all I want to say.
What we're really trying to get out of this is that
shit.
Every fart is a gamble.
It is. Yeah. That's the moral of this podcast.
Yeah, that is a life lesson that you need to learn.
When you
pack extra draws.
When you fart, you are playing craps.
Yeah. Yep.
Because either you roll a 7 and it's a good fart, or you roll them snake eyes.
And you crap out.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Moral of the story.
And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining us on this fantastic, extra long episode of Designated Drinkers.
Yeah, how long is this episode?
It's an hour and 12 now.
It's not extra long.
It's an extra 15. We usually go for an hour. But anyways, so thank you very much for joining us. My name is Carlo.
Tom.
I'm Joe.
Angelo.
We are the Designated Drinkers.
Keep on drinking.